Hello and welcome. This video is about AI trailers, and more specifically, the trailer that was released a few days ago. It claims to be the trailer for Shenmue 4. Now, Shenmue 4 is a very anticipated game. It has a very small but dedicated community and fan base that would probably do anything for a Shenmue 4. So seeing a trailer for this game would mean a lot for a lot of people, but obviously there's a lot of discussion whether it's real or fake. There hasn't been a video so far that has dissected it in depth, so I will do that. And what we could learn from this video is being able to spot what's real and what's AI, which will only become more relevant as these tools become better and more convincing. So let's just start this video and I'll point out some of the things that are suspicious.
In ancient times, our clan was formed.
So right off the bat, you can see that this video was recorded with someone's phone, which should be interesting. If someone has access to this video, then why would they film it with their phone? And also, why would they use like a potato phone and not the kind of quality that most phones can produce today? So already that's suspicious. This is probably to hide some of the inconsistencies and some of the flaws that would be noticed quite easily if this was like a high quality video.
By the Emperor to eradicate all threats.
And right here, only 14 seconds in, we see one of the most obvious signs that this is probably AI. Looking at these buildings, it's almost as if they're buffering or generating, and the AI tool is having a trouble maintaining the stability that you would see in a real cutscene. So this is something that you see in a lot of AI videos. It's becoming less common. Like the latest models don't do this as much, but only a few months ago, maybe half a year ago, this was normal. So this is just something that I've noticed, is that looking at this man, this NPC here, he is walking into the fence here, which is interesting. I don't know if that's something an NPC would do, but it kind of looks awkward to me too.
The tiger swallow style must be erased.
So here are a few sides. In general, the video is moving very quickly. There are very small clips before they cut to the next scene or the next angle, so to speak. And that is also something that should be suspicious, because if you want to create something with this level of detail, you would have to generate small 3 to 6 second long clips, which is kind of what we're seeing in this video. So the creator probably made a lot of really good looking short clips and then cut them together in a video. I don't think a trailer for a Shenmue game would be this fast paced, because Shenmue games are generally slow paced, and Yu Suzuki is a better editor than this breakneck pacing that we're seeing in this trailer. Also, the fighting here is very fast for no real reason. The camera is moving very quickly too, which isn't too common for the Shenmue games. We usually have slower movements, panning, and the camera is generally quite close to what we're seeing, but in the fight scene, the camera and the movements are very quick for no real reason.
You carried them well.
And this is also, I would say, this is the top 3 like biggest signs that this is AI. So Rio is walking up these stairs, And that is something that you would probably see in a Shenmue game. He's doing something mundane to level up his kung fu or whatever. But he's walking up the stairs, so it looks like he's walking upwards, or maybe he's walking straight, but the stairs are going downwards.
But there's still so many more to carry. And take this moment to breathe. Hang on! Blondie could be there.
And now we just saw a train sequence, which is something that has been discussed as a possible story point in Shenmue 4. So it would make sense for this to be in Shenmue 4, and it would make a lot of people happy, which is also kind of something that would be suspicious. Many pointed out that this trailer kind of feels like a wish list. It's very ambitious. A lot of new environments and interesting things happening, and the trailer is also spoiling a lot of things, which should also be a sign that this is fake. And now we have some forklifting, so this made me raise an eyebrow, because are they really going to bring back forklifting? It looks quite empty too, which admittedly Shenmue 3 was also pretty empty. But I have a hard time seeing that they would make a level this big with the kind of budget that they would probably have.
Remember the last time I ate that good? That duck hit the spot. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some fresh air.
Hey, looks like you're...
So this is kind of what makes me sad, because I really like this scene where it's so in character for Ren to just buy an expensive meal and then expect Ryo to pay for it, and he can't do that, so he has to do some mundane tasks, which is, here's dishing. This just feels very Shenmue. It feels like if this was a part of Shenmue 4, I would love this little sequence here. However, now that he's doing the dishes, this is also one of the bigger signs that this could be AI. A lot of people are pointing out that here he's doing the dishes with this plate, and then they change the angle here, and now he's just washing his hands. The plate is gone. Now, I don't think that the plate is the big problem here. This feels like something that could be like in an early render of the game that's not completely done, and the plate just disappears. It kind of feels like a Shenmue yank that would happen in a cutscene. However, looking at these plates, which already look kind of soft and squishy and weird, and I don't know what's going on with these plates. They're kind of in the air. So looking from this angle, the plates are looking quite different. Also, the faucet, the tap, is gone. Mistakes could happen, but I have a really hard time seeing that they would change small details and inconsistencies like this between shots.
Work it off. Then meet me in the back so we can spar.
Spar, you're a martial artist.
Strike.
Again, everything is moving quite quickly. Also, I don't know what happened with this flip that Ryo does, and he ends up on a pillow or something. Looks really weird. Which, admittedly, some things in these games do look weird. Some things in Shenmue 3, some animations and so on, look Yankee. So it's not always the best evidence that movements are weird. Here we have a fighting game of sorts. Arcade cabinet, something that would definitely appear in a Shenmue game. However, looking at the game, why are both players player 1? That should be weird. Also, a few seconds ago, it said that Ryo was CPU and had almost no health. Here we have facial expressions that look kind of like they look kind of too sinister at times. Looks almost like a face app thing or something, where they're not doing Shenmue expressions here. He's doing the DreamWorks smile here, which is not something that we usually see him doing. Also, it's very smooth, sometimes looking like a PlayStation 2 kind of a cutscene with the facial animations.
Just like in real life.
Here we go. Get aim and fire when you're ready.
So first of all, this is not something that a lot of people have pointed out, but so he's playing this game in 1989 or something in China. Why would the game have such good graphics? That's like inconsistency. Also, looking at this map, it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Where are you supposed to drive here? So and the numbers here are kind of flickering in a way that's quite common for AI.
Oh, what happened?
Here we have another sinister and PlayStation 2 kind of smooth-faced expression here. And the people in the background are very blurry. They kind of look like they don't have faces some of the time. But again, that's something, I guess. They kind of look like DreamWorks characters. Like Shrek 2 or something. Which I guess could be because of the bad quality or an early game.
Check this out. Don't I look good?
So here's Rio on a bike. That's interesting. It could definitely happen in the game. Here he's biking standing up, and here he's sitting on the bike. I don't know why you would change the animation. Maybe it's a completely different bike that time. Also here he's biking towards the wall here. A player could, admittedly, do that, but I feel like most of the footage so far has been cutscenes, and it's not convincing enough for this to be gameplay footage.
How does this look on me?
It suits you.
Now this is such a nice scene. It's just Shenmue and Rio, and they're buying clothes or dressing up for a mission or something, which would be such a nice thing to happen in a Shenmue game, spending more time with Shenmue and doing things like that. So this is probably created by a fan who wants to see different things in a Shenmue game. And if this was created by a fan and not like someone who wants to troll the Shenmue community, why would you release it as a fake trailer and that people can just dissect and hate, instead of saying, okay, I used AI to create a trailer that with things I really would love to see in a Shenmue game. I don't know who this guy is, but he's moving really quickly.
Show me what you've got. The tournament starts tomorrow. Winner has a one-way ticket into the...
This kind of feels like the early AI slap that you would see. The proportions of Rio are really weird, with his legs being very small. Also, if you look at his hand very closely, the textures are morphing in a way that looks very AI. Yes, he does have tape on his hand, but this changing in textures where it's very blurry and then it becomes quite sharp and then blurry again is normal for AI.
Problem is, they know my face. Hey, I've got you covered. It's nothing a hoodie and some face paint won't fix.
I just wanted to point out this scene looks very cool. I really like the scenario and the setting with him dressing up to fight someone in an arena. That would be cool to see in Shenmue 4. Again, these are things that are very expensive that maybe wouldn't look as good in a Shenmue game.
The Wild Sun is on the move. He's on the way to Zhangjiajie now. I trailed him through the valleys till sunset. Whatever you decide to do, you'll have to valleys till sunset. Whatever you decide to do, you'll have to do it very soon. I won't be back.
Good thing we didn't come.
Here, Ren's face looks quite different. His eyebrows and everything looks different. It looks like the the AI is mixing up him and Rio. Some people are saying this is Rio. He's just dressed up as Ren. Something that could definitely happen in a Shenmue game. However, why would they then show Rio here to his left in his normal clothes?
Come here for the view.
And also he's talking in Ren's voice, not Rio's voice. So it's not him dressed up.
I thought I heard a snake slithering.
Relax. I didn't come to fight.
If you look here, his eyebrows are quite different from earlier.
If the Qing treasure's here, I need to find it before anyone else does.
You and I, we could run the Chi men ourselves.
No! Stop! Please! Now! Grab her!
They dare
Here we see Shenhua using her powers. This is not something that I think they would show in a trailer. Again, they're spoiling a lot of things in this trailer, which is hopefully not something that they would actually do. She barely uses her powers in Shenmue 3. They kind of tone down the mystical aspects, so them showing it as them showing this plot point and reveal would be very unlikely, I think.
They dare run on my wall. Secure the front gate. No one gets through.
Here we see a person, a headless person riding a horse. Also, the galloping that this horse is doing is really floaty. Looks like it's floating.
We don't have time. Warn the rest before they get cut off.
You don't even realize what you've done. I can't do it. No.
This is our clan symbol. How did you get this?
All of this looks interesting, being in the north of Asia or somewhere north of China maybe, where there's snow and they're riding horses and there are new environments. This is things that are very expensive that we probably wouldn't see in a Shenmue 4 game, but that a fan would probably create out of love for the series or out of hate for the Shenmue community. You just the aim of trolling 23 people on a forum.
You should put this on. It's too cold for what you're wearing.
I've survived this long. A little snow isn't gonna kill me.
Do you remember Suing Zhao?
Like this? Exactly. Hold it right there. Ready?
I'm ready.
I would say this is the most obvious sign that this is AI. Looking at his buttons, here we have like 5 buttons, but his hand is in the way. And in the next shot,
Exactly. Hold it
he
right
only
there.
has
I'm ready.
2 buttons right here. And this is a mistake that AI would make. It's not a mistake that developers would make. Why would they make 2 different costumes and have him change costumes from shot to shot? So this woman, who is likely Rio's mother, something we would really want to see in a Shenmue 4 game, but her tears here are coming from above her eye, like her eyelashes above her eye, which is not how tears work. Maybe it could be rain, maybe it could be some error, but it feels also like a mistake that AI would easily do, because AI is actually just very stupid.
What have I done? Zhao, please, forgive me. Keep friends. It doesn't matter what he did. You will pay for taking my father's life.
Long Di is merely a pawn. The true leader goes by the name Tente.
Tente? This ends here.
Finally, we have this logo that looks all right, but coming 2026 being right under the letters like that is really weird. We also have Xbox Series X/S. That's not how they usually spell. Usually they just have a straight vertical line between the X and the S. We don't have Switch 2 also. And we don't have any other publisher here. We don't have a partner, the partner that would probably be required for WiseNet to finish this game. We have the logo afterwards, the WiseNet logo. So all of the clues put together makes me feel like this is fake. This is not a game that is in development and almost ready for publishing. Now, some people have pointed out that this could be a proof of concept kind of video, where a lot of it is in-engine, a lot of it is actual cutscenes, and then they're kind of filled in the gaps here and there with AI. Yu Suzuki has been positive towards using AI, but I don't think he would use it in this way. I just think that this is a dedicated fan who wanted to create something out of love and then maybe make it more mysterious and interesting by publishing it as a possible leak, and maybe thought that more people would actually believe that this to be true. All in all, I think it would have been more respectful to just release it as a fan project. But at the same time, this is bringing attention to Shenmue 4, where Eurogamer and other gaming journalists are reporting on this. Oh, could this be an actual trailer for Shenmue 4? It looks quite good. It looks like it has some content that people would maybe want to see. So it's sparking discussion, definitely. Interestingly, this is one of the few trailers that could be this convincing, because Shenmue 3 has its flaws graphically, and it's a low-budget game, and the cutscenes aren't always so convincing in the first place, and also this is a work in progress. If they tried to make a Half-Life 3 AI trailer, then maybe after 3 seconds no one would believe it. But in this case, it actually is quite convincing. Yeah, so in conclusion, I like Shenmue, and I would hope for there to be a Shenmue 4, but I really think that's something we would not see in many, many years. Thank you.